This is the world's game. It unites people, countries, and communities. It's a game in which one shot, one save, one goal can change an entire town. This is soccer on the Lancer Sports Network, your home all season long for the Norton Lancers.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the 2015 MIAA playoffs on the Lancer Sports Network. I am Javic Blake. Welcome to Robert Adams Field, where the Norton Lancers will be taking on the Dover-Sherborn Raiders in the second round of the MIAA Division III South playoffs, with the winner advancing to Taunton High School. The Lancers 18-0-1 on the season. They won their last game against Old Rochester here on Friday night, 4-0, thanks in part to a John Latch hat trick, who's leading the way for the Lancers with 24 goals and 19 assists en route to a 43-point season. The Dover-Sherborn Raiders are 11-5-3 in the season, 10-5-3 in the Tri-Valley League, second to Norton's 17-0-1 TVL record. They have scored 41 goals in the season, with only allowing 22. Their leading scorer is William Herman, who has 11 goals in the season. Their leading assist man is Corey Lampman with 2 goals, 8 assists to total 10 points. Starting in net for the Dover-Sherborn Raiders will be Matthew McDonald, number 1, the senior goaltender, and for the Lancers it will be none other than the senior goalie Ryan Blakely, who is 18-0-1 on the season, 15 shutouts, and has a .37 goals against average. DS won their last game 3-2 versus Medway. They were tied. As they were tied, went through 2 overtime periods, and they ended up winning on penalty kicks. So the Lancers 10-0-0 at home. They have not lost at home, and they have considerable home field advantage due to the fact their field is the only grass field in the MIAA South, one of the few. Most teams that come here, they can't. The adjustment from the turf to the grass is just too much. The Lancers have kicked butt at home. They're 8-0-1 away, but this team has had one heck of a season, and they're looking to continue it. DS is 6-3-0 away from Dover-Sherborn High School. And the winner, once again, will play the winner of the Scituate Martha's Vineyard game at Taunton High School. The last update we got, it was 1-0 Martha's Vineyard. That was about 45 minutes ago, as a 1-0 lead put up in the first half. DS the 8th seed in the tournament, and Norton the number 1 seed. So Norton, they'll be the home team for the rest of the tournament. If so, they advance, but they're trying to knock out the Demons of last year, which they lost to Foxborough in this round by a score of 3-2 on a heartbreaker after their best season, which they bettered this year. So this will be coming up next. It'll be the Lancers and the Raiders at Robert Adams Field. We'll have kickoff right after this. You're listening to LSN. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Robert Adams Field. I am Javic Blake. You're listening to the Lancer Sports Network. The Dover-Sherborn Raiders are going up against the Norton Lancers under the lights here, with a berth to the MIAA D3 sectional semifinals on the line. The Lancers, coached by Eric Green, a Norton High School history teacher, and the Raiders, coached by Joseph Grusik. This one looks to be a dandy as we're under the bright lights. The Lancers going left to right in your radio dial, and the Dover-Sherborn Raiders going right to left. And we're off here. The Lancers control the kickoff, and here comes Dover-Sherborn already on the move in the near side of the box. The shot on towards the box, kicked out by the Lancer. Already a shot for DS here early. So a substitution already for the DS Raiders. 27 seconds into this one. The last time these two teams played, the Lancers won 2-1. But they were down for the first time all season long for only 5 minutes, and that's all they've been down all season. as that one headed out by a Raider, and they're going to give it to the Lancers. So the Lancers will have a goal kick here. On a chilly night here in Norton, Massachusetts, the temperature hovering around 45 degrees at game time, and it's expected to get colder as we go along. It's a very big temperature difference since the last game as this goal kick goes past the midfield line headed by Lancers. Last game, it was 75 degrees at kickoff. That'll be New England for you. As the Lancers get this one, they're controlling it, passing it around a few times, and they'll punch it down to the corner on the near side. Looking for the cross, a few moves, passes it to number 9, Ian Pereira. Jared Kahn has it. Going through some defenders, but it's taken away, but immediately taken back by the Lancers. One of their key things all year has been their defense, as that one's kicked down and the Lancers throwing will go on. Lancers are one of their things. Their defense has been outstanding this year. Only 7 goals allowed all season long. Thanks in part to a great defense and great goaltending by Ryan Blakely, the senior. So it looks to be a long throw from the near side, from the far side, onward towards the net. The header just misses as it goes wide left of the net. A great throw, a good header, but it just misses the net. So it'll be a goal kick now for Matthew McDonald, the senior goaltender. They'll line up a big crowd on hand. They said they're expecting 20,000 on hand for tonight, with the student section expected to be more than 3 times the student body of Norton High School at over 2,000 fans. So they're taking a while to kick the goal kick, not sure why. Ref doing something in the net in the corner. And we look ready to go as the ref fixing the net. They get to tape the net piece down as this goal kick headed by the Lancers. A good header by Nick Reynolds, but now it's opening up an opportunity. Degbor heads this. Now it's the Raiders with the ball on the near side. On their attacking zone, they're going to go in. Yang onward towards the net, trying to gain entry to the box on the near side. Some moves into the box. Saved by Blakely. Ian Blakely, a good save there to keep this a 0-0 game. This one kicked deep past midfield. It's right in the middle of the field. A few Lancers will go after it, and they'll come up with it on the attacking side. Here comes John Lanch. 43 points in the season. The cross. Onward. Now it'll be Pereira on net. That'll be out of that one. Will be taken by McDonald. Just missing the net is number 9, Ian Pereira, the sophomore defender. This one kicked past midfield, and now the Lancers have possession in their attacking half on the far side, right in front of the Dover-Sherborn bench. And that one just overrun. And now it'll be Dover-Sherborn. The Raiders trying to build it up, but it's taken away by Eben Degbor. Eben passes that one. Degbor has it now. Trying to gain entry to the box to Latch on the far near side. Onward towards the net. That one will be kicked out of play by a Raider for a Lancer throw-in. The Lancers already with 3 shots on the night. We're only 4 minutes into this one. It'll be number 2, Colin O'Leary, who throws this one in. From the near side, a long throw-in. Headed. Onward, out of play. Just missing, going wide left. Barely missing the goalpost. It was a great opportunity for a Lancer goal. The fans are all on the edge of their seat for that one. This will be a goal kick for Matthew McDonald, the senior number 1. This one kicked past midfield, a long goal kick headed by a Lancer, number 10, Matt LaRanger. As the Lancers trying to come up with this one. They control it, trying to move it into their attacking half on the far side, right in front of their bench. This one kicked onward. Reynolds has it. Some moves of passes it to the far side backwards. Lofts this one, the through pass down to the corner. Looking for the corner. From the far side goes out, and it'll be a Lancer corner. So it'll be looks to be a great opportunity for a good set piece for the Lancers as they have it on the left side of the net, the far side, near the Dover-Sherborn bench. So great opportunity here early, a corner here in the 7th minute. This one, onward, the shot saved again, kicked out, the clearing opportunity by the Dover-Sherborn Raiders. So kicked out, and it'll be the Raiders who have this one. The throw-in, the clearance shot. A great opportunity right in front of the net, but McDonald sprawling makes the save. Keep this one a 0-0 game here in the 7th minute. Reynolds now has it. It'll be a Ranger. Passing that to the outside. The Lancers looking for some room. Here comes Latch. Passes. Some room in front of the net. Johnny Latch can't convert. As that one will go out of play. More Norton fans streaming in. The crowd multiplying, fans having to sit 3 to a seat. As we're over 20,000 here in the 8th minute. So this one, a goal kick. McDonald sends this one flying. As Nick Reynolds trying to get this one, a good play to get it in the attacking zone for the Lancers. Now John Latch has it. But DS, the Dover-Sherborn Raiders, kick this one out of play. And it'll be a Lancer throw-in right in front of the Dover-Sherborn bench on the near side, on the far side of the field. This one, the Lancers will try to pass this one. That one goes out for a Raider throw-in. The Raiders wearing the blue jerseys, black pants and blue socks. The Lancers with a white jerseys, white pants, white socks. They've worn that all 10 times they've been home, and they've won every single time. So this one, the Lancers will kick out. So Norton trying to control it, but Dover-Sherborn takes this right back, trying to move it in their attacking zone. But a good play by Nick Reynolds. Gets this one out, but it'll be a Dover-Sherborn ball as number 5, Daniel Yang, throws this one in. The throw-in is controlled. Even Degbor with a nice defensive play to get it out. It's on the near side. Kicked out. It'll be Yang with the throw-in. Header as DS controls this one. Some moves, that one goes out. Jared Kahn with a great defensive play as the Lancers have the throw. That one goes out once again. Another Lancer throw-in. This time it'll be Jordan Kahn doing the honors. As here comes the Lancers pushing. Here comes Nick Reynolds. A call, and that'll be a foul for holding, a free kick for the Norton Lancers. We're in the 10th minute, 0-0 the score. The Lancers and Raiders under the lights here on LSN. Great way to wrap up your Sunday afternoon. You get to watch some American football, and then you watch some great soccer at night. The Norton Lancers, one of the best teams in Massachusetts. As they'll do the set piece. The shot from outside the box gets cleared by a Raider, but the Lancers trying to get this right back in their own zone. That one kicked out of play. The Lancers will have the throw. This one, the throw-in, will be controlled by the Lancers. out, but the Lancers have another throw-in. This one's kicked in. Out of play. So even Degboer running this one down in the Lancers defensive zone. Chips this one on. Onward downfield. Out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in now. For the Dover-Sherborn, a free kick now for Dover-Sherborn. So the free kick sent downfield into the attack. Dover-Sherborn's attacking zone, headed out by a Lancer, but it's taken right back. Pereira kicks this one out for the Lancers. A good clearance as this one goes out on the far side. Now to be Dover-Sherborn controlling this right in the center of the field. But the Lancers taking it back. They'll push up. Onward, here comes the Norton Lancers. Taken down. And a great dive from a Dover-Sherborn player. And no call. As it'll be a Dover-Sherborn free kick off of the slip or dive or whatever. No contact, but they'll still call a foul. As the Lancers control this one in their attacking zone. And the Lancers will control this one. Reynolds has it. Trying to push it up to Latch. Latch now has it. Trying to get back to Reynolds, and that won't work. And number 24, Ryan O'Connor, will control this one. Now it's Yang. Yang gets it again, but even Degboer out of nowhere comes up with that one for the Lancers, and they now have it in their attacking zone. Right in the center of the field, as this one will be kicked down. Number 2, Colin O'Leary, the senior defenseman, running after that one. In a foot race, that one goes out. Some extra pushing and shoving from number 24, Ryan O'Connor. It will now be Dover-Sherborn with the throw-in. An opportunity to try to get a leading goal, tied here 0-0. Here in the 14th minute. It'll be a throw-in. It'll be a long throw. Looks like almost a cross from the throw-in on towards the net. Blakely gets shoved down. No foul called as a Lancer kicking that one out, saving disaster. Dover-Sherborn, the long throw. Trying to be cleared out by a Lancer, and it'll now be a corner. Blakely none too happy with that call. Sees frustration down on the field. It's been pushed and pulled. Nothing has been called, though, as the Dover-Sherborn Raiders have a corner on the near side in front of the net. As the Lancers take this one away. They're on a break. It'll be Nick Reynolds having this one. It's immediately taken away on the Norton's attacking side. As this one kicked out by a Raider right in front of the Norton bench on the far side. The throw-in, taken and kicked far, and the Lancers trying to bring this one up. That won't work. That one goes out of play. The throw-in on the far side right in front of the Dover-Sherborn bench, taken by the Lancers. And a blatant shove. Nothing called. The refs turning a blind eye to many of the Dover-Sherborn fouls here early. We're in the 16th minute. 0-0 the score. The Lancers trying to break the tie. It'll be the throw-in deep by the Lancers from the far side. The header in front of the net. Kicked out by a Dover-Sherborn Raider. And they're going to call a foul on the Lancers. What a surprise there. They've been called for a lot of fouls here early. So it'll be a goal kick from Matthew McDonald. This kick in far. And it'll be the Dover-Sherborn Raiders coming up with this one. Lost this one downfield on the far side. The Raiders come up with it. A few passes, but the Lancers kick this one out. The Lancer Colin O'Leary racing over, trying to kick that one out, but it's taken away by a blue-shirted Raider. So another kick out of bounds and another throw-in for Dover-Sherborn. The throw, and now for Dover-Sherborn. Taken by a Raider. The Lancers with some good defense. Kick that one out again. They're saving opportunities and taking but they're letting a lot of time tick off the clock. They're trying to get a goal here as the Ranger comes up with that one for the Lancers. Racing down the sideline. Passes it, dishes it. And Latch trying to come over that one, won't do it. On the far side of the field. The Lancers advancing down the pitch. O'Leary over to the outside. Here comes a Lancer racing down the sideline, looking to cross on the far side in front of the net. Over the net. Close to being an own goal for Dover-Sherborn. Looked like it went off the foot of number 12, William Herman. Would have picked up his 13th goal of the season, but for the wrong team. So the Lancers will cross this one with a corner on the far side, the left of the goal. Here in the 18th minute. We're in a 0-0 draw right now. So Norton having the corner. They'll fan out. The kick on net. Kicked out. Ranger comes up with it in front of the box in the center of the field. But it's taken away by Raider, and they'll clear this one. Number 4, Jared Kahn coming up with it. Kicks it downfield. The Lancers racing. Danny Pereira putting on a full head of steam. Trying to come up with this one. Out of the Lancers with a the Lancers will have a throw-in. It'll be number 2, Colin O'Leary, to throw it in for the Norton Lancers with a great opportunity to put a goal on the board. So we'll heave this one in, a long throw from right of the net. Kicked out by a Raider. So a very defensive first half, only 10 shots for the Lancer. 3 of them on net, only 2 for the Raiders, and 1 of them on net. As it'll now be downfield. As the Raiders come up with this one, they'll try to advance downfield in their attacking zone. It's number 18, Samuel Hartley. Racing down the sideline is a Raider. Trying to kick it out is Danny Pereira. He does. A great clearing opportunity. A great opportunity that could have been a goal, but wasn't one for the Dover-Sherborn Raiders. So the Lancers now have it in their attacking zone. Lancers trying to advance on. Take it down, dropping the shoulder. No foul called. Wrong sport for that. So a free kick now for the Lancers. In a tie game in the 21st minute. The kick on towards net. Headed by Pereira. Saved by McDonald. Sprawling out to make the save. The cross won't work. Latch in front. Save again. That one out of play for a Lancer corner. Dover-Sherborn doing everything they can to keep it out of the net. So a corner from the left side, the far side of the field, trying to give the Lancers the lead here in the 22nd minute. The cross onward towards the net, headed by Pereira, goal! Danny Pereira with the header off the cross, gives the Lancers a 1-0 lead. The press box shaking after that goal. The Lancer fans all on their feet. Danny Pereira in the 22nd minute gives the Lancers a 1-0 lead. And now the hunt for the equalizer will be started by the Dover-Sherborn Raiders. The Lancers, Danny Pereira scoring his 6th goal of the season. He almost had one last game, and it's only right for him to have one this game. 1-0 Lancers thanks to a Danny Pereira goal off a great cross on the corner. The Lancers now bringing it up on the far side of the field. Onward, kick, save by McDonald. The Lancers now have it on the far side. They'll look to put this one on net, advancing up. Turning around in front of the net, shot off of someone for the Raiders, and the Lancers will have a cross. A great opportunity here for the Norton Lancers. Danny Pereira with the goal in the 22nd minute, giving the Lancers a 1-0 lead. They're looking for their second. They'll have a corner to the right of the goal. On the near side, onward towards the net. Headed out by a Raider, but John Latch coming up with it. Gets double teamed. Calls for a foul, not too happy with it. Has a few words for the ref. So now it'll be the Raiders with the free kick on the near side of the field. Kicked onward down to the attacking zone of the Raiders. A missed header by Matt Loranger. And that one kicked out of bounds by the Raiders for a Lancer goal kick by Ryan Blakely. The Lancers having one of the best goaltending duo in all of Massachusetts. Matthew Morrell and Ryan Blakely, two outstanding goalies who have played insanely well this season. So 1-0 here in the 24th minute. We're a little more than halfway through in the first half. This one kicked down by the Raiders on the near side. Kicked out of play. Norton. It's the Ranger who has it. Now the Lancers kick this one out. It'll be O'Leary who passes it. Lancers have it in their defensive zone, trying to clear it out off of the face of number 18, Samuel Hartley. The throw-in from O'Leary to the Ranger. Ranger taken down. On a good offensive play by number 18, Sam Hartley. Blakely with the save. To keep this game a 1-0 Lancers score and to keep Dover-Sherborn keep hunting for that equalizer. Here in the 26th minute. Norton, the header to Latch. Can he come up with it? No, to Reynolds. Now O'Leary trying to gain entry to the box. That won't happen. On the near side, Dover-Sherborn with the sweeping kick. Hits that one out. No forwards on this team for Dover-Sherborn. Doesn't seem to be playing too much of a problem, but as we go into the later stages and they're trying to find a goal, we might have to see a few teams trying. We might have to see Dover-Sherborn hunting, maybe wanting that forward. So a timeout taken by the Lancers in the 26th minute. 14:23 to go in the first half. It's 1-0 Lancers. You're listening to the Lancers Sports Network. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Robert Adams Field. I am Jay McBlake. You're listening to the Lancers Sports Network. We're in the 26th minute thanks to a Danny Pereira header in the 22nd. It's 1-0 Norton. As Dover-Sherborn will throw this one in. As after a Lancer timeout, they're sending in a few substitutions. Degbor kicks this one. And it'll be a Lancer free kick. Number 5, Jordan Latch, the junior midfielder, brother of the Lancer great John Latch, will have the free kick. So my apologies, John Latch and Jordan Latch, not brothers. So the Lancers control this one in their attacking zone. Kicked out. And Norton controlling this one. John Latch has this, and who is no way related to Jordan Latch, as that one goes out of bounds. So the Lancers with a throw in the long throw. Kicked out in front. Danny Pereira going towards the ground. Kicks that one out of bounds. Kicked it the wrong direction. So it'll be a goal kick from Matty McDonald. Here in the 28th minute, 12 minutes to go here in the first half. So this one kicked deep, headed by a Lancer, number 3, Nick Reynolds on the far side, on the near side. So the Lancers now coming up. Danny Pereira. It will be Reynolds now to O'Leary on the near side. Trying to advance it to their attacking zone, but a good slide tackle by number 22, Evan Blanchard. Now it's kicked, headed by Colin O'Leary as the Lancers clear this one out of bounds, off the track and into the stands. Thrown in as Dover-Sherborn kicks this one towards the far side in front of the Lancer bench. So the Lancers now have this one thanks to a takeaway from Eben Degbor. Norton trying to control this one back, but it's taken right back by Dover-Sherborn. Kick down, and it'll be Ryan Blakely who comes up with that one. The Lancers now give this one up to the Raiders, and there'll be number 19, Owen Cyril, coming up with it. Now to be O'Leary for the Lancers. Possession changing a whole lot tonight. Whole lot of turnovers for both teams. So back and forth possession-wise, the Lancers netting the lone goal thanks to a Danny Pereira header in the 22nd minute, 8 minutes ago. The Lancers now have this one in their attacking zone. Onward. But coming out of nowhere is Matthew McDonald to make the save. The goal kick headed by the Ranger. Now to be headed around a few times by Dover-Sherborn on the far side. Degbor now has it for the Lancers. As Dover-Sherborn kicks this one deep into their attacking zone. So it'll be Pereira who kicks this one deep. For the Lancers on the far side of the field. Headed, 2 players going up for it. That goes out. And it'll be a Lancer throw, and the throw in the latch. Onward towards the box. They're going to call it back. Substitution still had to come on for the Lancers. It would have been a great opportunity for Latch to score a goal. So it'll be a throw-in now for Dover-Sherborn. Headed by the Lancers and just back and forth possession. The Lancers controlling their defensive zone. Blakely punts this one out of their defensive zone. And it'll be the Raiders to come up with it. They'll pass it around a few times. It'll be Norton who comes up with it. They'll lofts it in. Latch speeding with his back to the crowd. Reynolds kicks this one out. As Dover-Sherborn kicks this one deep, and it'll be number 21, Danny Pereira, on it to pick it up. The Lancers only scoring 1 goal last time in the first half, and then 3 quick goals in the second, made it 4-0. That led them to a 4-0 victory over Old Rochester. So it'll be a throw-in for Dover-Sherborn on the far side in front of the box. Degbor kicks it out. Front of the net, the shot. A high shot out of play. For the Raider, it looked like it was number 21, Kirk Dimmick, the senior defenseman. Danny Pereira will take the goal kick. Here in the 33rd of 40 minutes being played here in the first half. So it'll be headed by the Lancers. They'll control possession. And some jostling for position. Number 3, Nick Reynolds, gets taken to the ground, and it'll be a Lancer free kick. So it'll be number 5, Jordan Latch, who will take the free kick. Kicks this onward towards the box. Headed out by Dover-Sherborn. Pereira has it. And the Lancers control this one up. Onward towards the net. Out of play towards the right side. It'll be a goal kick. So it'll be a goal kick now for the Dover-Sherborn Raiders. As Norton trying, and will be back and forth possession for a few minutes here. Here in the 34th minute. 1-0 Lancers. Latch on the move on the far side. And they'll take it now. Trying to advance to the box, taken down. A foul called, and it'll be a Lancer free kick. So it'll be a Lancer free kick onward towards the net. Saved by McDonald. It was right to him. Nothing he could have done but just stand there and take it. He sure did. A kick by McDonald, headed by the Lancers. As 2 players running into that one, just trying to kick the ball at the same time as the Lancers control this on the far side, advancing. A good slide tackle opportunity as he slips on the newly planted grass. Very newly planted. That's what happens when you try to go grass in New England in November. Does not work too well. So a Dover-Sherborn throw-in. The Lancers controlling this one. Now it'll be the Raiders. Number 24, Ryan O'Connor. Kicks this one into the attack, into the defensive zone, into the Norton's defensive zone. And now it'll be the Lancers trying to control this one. And onward towards the net. The Lancers control this one on the near side. Kick it out. And I'm calling O'Leary a great defensive play as it'll be a throw-in now for Dover-Sherborn. Substitutions coming on for DS here in the 36th minute. Unlimited substitutions here in the MIAA. Unlike in professional soccer, where you only get 3 per game, as many as you want here in Massachusetts high school soccer. The throw-in, headed by a Sherborn Raider, onward towards the net, but it's kicked out by the Lancers on an awful shot by the Raiders. The Sherborn Raiders control near the center of the field, near the far side of the field. Kicked out. And it'll be number 2, Colin O'Leary, to throw this baby in. We're about 2 minutes away from referee's time. Should be in the 39th minute. So you do the math, it's the 37th minute. 1-0 Norton as a foul called and a free kick now for Dover-Sherborn with an opportunity to get an equalizer. So it'll be number 24, Ryan O'Connor. He'll send this one onward towards the net. Ryan Blakely looking to come up with a save. The Lancer defense trying to make sure Blakely doesn't have to even try a save. And they do good there. A nice header by O'Leary, and the Lancers now come up. Oh, it'll be Reynolds who has it. Trying to push it on to Latch. They'll call it for offsides. Are you kidding me? Not even close to an offsides call, but they'll call him offsides anyways. We need to go to replay for that one. We'll need some audio replay to figure out that one. So this one kicked in deep. The Lancers had this one out. Kicked on deep. Out of play by the Lancers. And we're in referee's time now in the 39th minute. So the Lancers take this one. Degbor comes up with it, and the Lancers try to advance it. Maybe build a 2-0 lead here in the final moments of the first half. Latch on this one. Speeding down, but it's kicked out by a Raider. They control it near the center of the field. So the Raiders pushing on. Degbor takes this one for the Lancers and clears it out of the Raiders' attacking zone. The Lancers control this one. It'll be number 4, Jared Kahn, leading the rush. Latch over to LaRanger. LaRanger pushing on. The throw-in. The Lancers kick this one out, and it will be a Lancer corner. So the Lancers' low first half total is only 18 shots on net as the Lancers take this corner. Cross it on towards net. Herrera can't come up with a nice shot. Onward towards the net, taken by McDonald. As we're in the 40th minute, looking to go to stoppage time here in the first half. Saved by Blakely on a good shot from Dover-Sherborn. Dover-Sherborn looking across this one. Maybe get an equalizer in the closing minutes of the first half. Diving save. Blakely coming out of nowhere. Laying out and taking out a Raider in the process, and he's down. And the medical staff coming out. Ryan Blakely coming out of nowhere, laying out full extension to make the save, but taking out a Raider in the process, and he's down. Not sure what happened, what really contact was made. It could have been shoulder to the ribs. As the medical staff out now, tending to the injured Raider. We can't see the number. I can't see the number from the press box, but he's on his own power and he's walking off on his own. Looks to be limping off the field. I'm guessing it's a leg injury. Nonetheless, the medical staff will take care of him, and it'll be a Lancer goal kick. No doubt, just moments away from the end of the first half. So the Lancers kick this one. Headed, and the Lancers kick this one out, and the Raiders kick this one out of play into the trees on the far side. The Lancers will have a throw-in right in front of the Dover-Sherborn bench. The throw-in. The Lancers take this one. Advancing onward on the far side of the box, trying to kick it on net. Reynolds can't come up with a good shot. He doesn't even get a foot on it as that one goes out for a Lancer throw-in. Working quickly, it'll be O'Leary to throw this one in. The deep throw off the chest of Danny Pereira to O'Leary on the near side and putting it towards the center, back towards the center of the field. The Lancers really controlling the ball on all sides of the pitch here today. Advancing onward. The shot taken down. And that'll end the first half. Thanks to a Norton Lancer goal in the 27th minute as Pereira nets a header. It's 1-0 the Lancers with 19 shots in the first half to Dover-Sherborn's 8. The Lancers also with 9 shots on net to the Raiders' 5. 1-0 the score here as we reach halftime. You're listening to the Lancer Sports Network. We'll have the second half coming up right after this short break. Hello, folks. Second half of soccer on LSN. I'm Javid Blake. Welcome back to Robert Adams Field. The Lancers leading 1-0 as we enter the second 40 minutes of play as this one's kicked right off the kickoff. Blakely saves that one very quickly. A shot for Dover-Sherborn. 1-0 Lancers on this chilly night here in Norton, Massachusetts. Temperatures increasing and falling rapidly as the Lancers have it in front of the net. Saved by McDonald. The Lancers with 19 shots in the first half. Not as many as our last game. It's actually good for their third best of the year. Or third best of games which LSN has been broadcasted. Last game, they had 27 in the first half, good for 49 total. Dover-Sherborn controls this one on the defensive half. Flying down the sideline is the Raider, as that kicked out by Eben Degbor. Norton. This is their best season in Norton High School program history, as this one's down in the corner. The Lancers, it looks like to be kicked out, and it'll be a Lancer ball, a Lancer throw-in, trying to get it out of their own zone. So the Lancers will be going right to left on your radio dial as Norton kicks that one out. And they'll retain possession as it's kicked off of a Dover-Sherborn player. And Dover-Sherborn will be going left to right on your radio dial. Lancers once again just an all-white head to toe. Dover-Sherborn, the blue jerseys, as that one is kicked out. The Dover-Sherborn with the blue jerseys, black pants, and blue socks. Is that one out of play? A substitution coming on, and it looks like it'll be number 9, Michael Mastrobuno, who will throw it in. The throw in deep for Dover-Sherborn. In front of the net, the kick. That won't go. It's kicked out by a Lancer. Dover-Sherborn controlling a lot of time, controlling the time of possession here in the second half, as this one will be a foul and a free kick will now happen for the Dover-Sherborn Raiders. So still no word on the final of the Scituate Martha's Vineyard game. The winner will play the winner of this one Wednesday night at Taunton High School. So it'll be the Lancers kicking this one out, headed by Dover-Sherborn as they bring it to the near side. Nick Reynolds throws it in, as that one kicked out of play, and it will be Dover-Sherborn ball. So a big crowd on hand. We now have the official ticket totals from Ticketmaster, as that one will be kicked. And so the official attendance tonight is 21,435. A big crowd on tap here for and the Lancers win this. It'll be one of the farthest times they have gone in program history. Last year they lost to Foxborough in the second round as the number 3 seed. As that one, a foul on Dover-Sherborn, much to the dismay of Raider fans. So Norton will kick this one deep. Passed into the box. The Lancers, the header in front of the net. Latch can't convert, as it will be a Lancer corner with a chance to put them up 2-0. So it's in front of the net. The Lancers off the corner on the near side, kicked out by a Dover-Sherborn Raider. And a big body check, and that'll be a foul. A big body check by number 23, Eli Yasuna. 2 goals on the season, trying to create opportunities to tie it up. So the kick in, onward towards the net. Kicked out over on a bit too much on that one. High over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for Dover-Sherborn. So Norton trying to get around this one. It'll be Jared Kahn bringing it up on the near side. This one to number 7, Sean Capolini looking for the cross. Does! Just over the head of Nick Reynolds. If he wasn't an inch or two taller, that would have been onward towards the net. Norton controlling possession here on the far side. It'll be a throw-in now as we're in the 47th minute. So Norton with it on the far side. Kicked out of bounds by a Raider player. It'll be another Lancer throw-in. So a throw-in deep on towards the box. Knocked out as the shot from as the Lancers controlling the far side, trying to get it in. They're trying to put a shot on net. The shot off of a Raider, and it'll be a Lancer corner. No, it won't. 2 refs pointing in opposite directions. It'll be a Lancer. It'll be a Raider goal kick. So a pass onto the attacking zone and a foul called on the Lancers, and it'll be a Raider free kick. So this will be a free kick now for Dover-Sherborn, just inside their attacking zone. But it's taken by the Lancers and near the center of the field. As the Lancers trying to advance this one down the pitch. And they do. John Latch on the move, streaking downfield. Now run into the Raiders defenders. And Dover-Sherborn playing one heck of a game on defense, limiting the Lancers to only 1 goal so far. So it'll be a free kick now for Dover-Sherborn on the far side of the field, right in front of the Lancer bench. This one kicked downfield, headed by the Lancers. And here comes the Lancers. They'll try to advance it. It's Kahn. Kicked out off of Kahn, and the Raiders will have a throw-in on the far side of the field. So it'll be Norton trying to advance this one up to Latch. Latch has it. Latch messed up with that one as he just passed it to the far side. The kick on net. McDonald saves that one easily. As this kick headed by Danny Pereira. He has the lone goal tonight for the Lancers, as this one is controlled by Dover-Sherborn. The Raiders coming up with it. The Lancers student section all on their feet. All 21,000, 3 times the school's population. This kick down deep by Pereira. Kahn has it, advancing. Kicks this one downfield. Out of play, and it will be a Dover-Sherborn goal kick. The Raiders, the number 8 seed, they beat Dover-Sherborn 3-2 on penalty kicks last time in their last game. So the Lancers control this in their attacking zone off the goal kick. On the far side, that'll go out of play for a Lancer throw-in once again. This one a throw-in. Headed the Lancers advancing on the move. In front of the net, Capolini on towards the net. That will be headed out. Shot again. Saved. And it'll be a Lancer corner. As they'll set up for this set piece here in the 52nd minute. 1-0. They're looking to add on to the lead. This one onward towards the net. The header headed by Pereira. The Lancers will take it out. And now here comes the Raiders. They have it. It's a 2-on-2. Advancing, Blakely coming out of nowhere, sliding to make the stop. A great save by Ryan Blakely. Ryan Blakely standing on his head tonight to make sure the Lancers keep this 1-0 lead. Now it'll be Ian Pereira who gives that one up. Now number 24, Ryan O'Connor. It's number 5, Yang. Yang gives it up to the Lancers, and here they come. We're about 12 minutes into the second half. In the 52nd minute, the Lancers will have a throw-in on the far side of the field. The throw-in. And now it's taken away by the blue. And now it'll be taken away by the blue-shirted Raiders, advancing it down the field. This one kicked. Ryan Blakely making the save. Going like a catcher to block that one down on both knees to make the save in the center of the box. Still 1-0. This one almost a little too close for comfort for the Lancers. Ryan Blakely being tried time after time after time. As now it'll be the Raiders who control this one. They'll have a throw-in on the far side, right in front of their own bench. So the Lancers will have a throw-in. It'll be Degbor to control this one. Kicks it downfield. That one will be out, and they'll say it's Dover-Sherborn ball. So now here comes Dover-Sherborn advancing. Blakely coming up with a stop. So now this one controlled by the Lancers downfield. Kicked out. Now here comes the Lancers. It's John Latch bringing it on in front of the box to Capolini. Capolini crosses it. The shot won't even convert. Can't get a boot on that one. It'll be Ian Pereira who kicks that one out. So now it'll be a goal kick for Dover-Sherborn. Down by a goal, looking to find an equalizer. This one kicked on the near side, headed by Nick Reynolds. Now it'll be John Latch trying to control it. Goes out, and it'll be a Lancer throw-in. Capolini to throw it in. Capolini. Now it'll be Dover-Sherborn advancing it downfield. Degbor jostling for a position with the Raider. So the night getting chillier, and we'll see how this affects the play in the last 24 minutes in this one. Might get some tight muscles. And that's a slide tackle. but it'll be a Lancer throw and a good slide tackle by number 18, Samuel Hartley. So there, the Lancers advance this one downfield. Putting some moves on, kicks it. That'll go out, and it'll be a Lancer throw-in. The ball boys running after that one. So it will be a Lancer throw. Here, 70 minutes into the second half. We're in the 57th minute. That one kicked out, and it'll be a Lancer corner. So this will be a cross now for the Lancers looking to extend their lead. So it'll be a header of the Lancers trying to get some moves on. But it'll be Dover-Sherborn back to the Lancers, and it'll just be a war of possession, back and forth. And they'll bring in some substitutions. So now it'll be a throw-in for Dover-Sherborn. So it'll be a throw-in now. The Lancers controlling this one. That'll be kicked out. So a header by the Lancers. The Raiders will control possession though. So now the Raiders have it. They're advancing. So word just coming in as the Raiders control possession here. Martha's Vineyard winning 2-1 in overtime versus Scituate to advance on to the semifinals. This is one in front of that. Blakely with the save, preserving the 1-0 lead. So the winner of this one will be playing Martha's Vineyard Wednesday night in Taunton. Martha's Vineyard, the number 5 seed, pulling out a big win in Scituate in OT today. 2-1 the final there. And now John Lance trying to come over there. The Lancers on the rush, on the break, the shot, kicked out, and it'll be a Lancer corner. So it'll be a Lancer throw. My apologies. Pereira controls this one. A great opportunity as number 12, Griffin McLaughlin, was on the break. Dagbor kicks this one out. And now it'll be the Lancers trying to bring this one up on their attacking zone on the near side. We're less than halfway through. We're in the second half, 21 minutes in. We're in the 21st minute of the second half. We're in the 61st minute, 1-0 Norton, thanks to some big saves from Ryan Blakely. And the goal all the way back in the 22nd minute is Danny Pereira netted a header, latch on net. That one just wide right of the net. So a very defensive second half for both teams. The Lancers only with 10 shots this half. Dover-Sherborn with 6. Ian Pereira will throw this one in. And the Lancers will move on. As this one kicking down as they'll move on in their attacking zone. So this one down to the near side, right outside of the box on the near side. Taken away by a Raider, and the Raiders will advance this one up, but a header keeps it into the attacking zone for the Lancers. So a very defensive second half, and the Lancer defense has really done a whole lot. And it'll be a Lancer free kick. The Lancer defense coming up big again and again tonight, especially with the play of Ryan Blakely, looking for his 6th shutout in 7 games. Onward towards the net, but it'll be the Lancers who cannot control this one. The Raiders on the move. Onward, but Blakely boots this one out. Capolini trying to control this one for the Lancers. That won't work. It'll be number 23, Eli Asuna, to the outside. Kick downfield, saved by Ryan Blakely, making his 11th save of the night. We're in the 64th minute. This one kicked off of his own player. The Lancers trying to advance this to the attacking zone on the near side. A foul, and they'll call a wraparound, much to the dismay of the Dover-Sherborn fans. The Lancers will have a free kick, looking to go up 2-0. Looking for some insurance. The kick onward towards the net. Headed by the Lancers. Kicked onward, headed in front of the net, saved by McDonald. The Lancers bring this one up now. Taken down and a hard tackle on the far side, right in front of the Lancer bench. Number 7, Sean Capolini, and the Lancers will have a free kick. Time ticking away. We're in the 65th minute, little more than 15 minutes to go in this one. So it'll be a Lancer corner now after Dover-Sherborn kicks that one out in their own zone. The Lancers will kick this one. They'll have the corner on the far side. Substitutions coming in for both teams here. The Lancers looking for insurance. As both substitutes coming on, the Lancers will boot this one. The kick onward towards the net. Headed by Pereira. He can't come up with it as that's just over his head. Onward towards the net. That doesn't work again. The Lancers will have to rework this. And now here comes the Lancers. Capolini can't come up with that one though. LaRanger comes up with it, and the Lancers have it on the near side. It'll be Kahn advancing up from just outside the box. Pass it to Capolini farther in. This one kicked out by the Raiders. And Norton trying to kick this one out. And they do! A great takeaway, and the Lancers kick this one out. A great takeaway by number 5, Jared Kahn. Egging on the crowd. So the Lancers very much looking like the Norton High School basketball team that did insanely well last year. A very senior-heavy team with 10 seniors of their starting 11. Basketball team had 12 of their 15. Is that one on towards the net? Kicked in, saved by McDonald on both of his knees. Looking like Tuukka Rask making that save. As this one headed by Pereira. They'll play some head games as Pereira kicks this one in front into the Lancers attacking zone with 13 minutes left in this one. Then the 67th minute, it'll be a Lancer throw-in. Pereira charging downfield to throw this one in, looking to waste some time as well. Now this will be thrown in. Here comes the Raiders advancing, but Blakely will come up with it. The shots 13-13 for both teams tonight. Their shots on that 13-13. The total shots tell a different story. The Lancers leading in that category 30-16. So here come the Raiders in blue, trying to advance it downfield on the far side, right in front of their own bench. But the Lancers come up with it. They'll advance past into their attacking zone. As they'll pass it, he's looking for Capolini, who's open, but he instead finds Pereira on the far side, in front of the net. Shot, goal! Number 23, John Lynch. That's his 25th of the season, and the Lancers take a 2-0 lead. John Latch putting it in the back of the net off of a great opportunity to give the Lancers a 2-0 lead here with 11 minutes left in this one until the 69th minute. And the Lancers are 11 minutes away from going to the semifinals. The Lancer crowd on its feet, all 20,000 of them. Excited for that 69th minute goal from Jonathan Latch, his 25th of the season, his 44th point. That should be some sort of record. He's already set Norton High School history with 100 points. He's well beyond that. He's at 110 now. Number 13, Jack Gunnanier, gives this one up, and the Lancers advancing downfield. Here's Pereira, who kicks this one out. In the 70th minute, now Dover-Sherborn 10 minutes away. They need to score 2 goals, so they're packing it up, and their postseason hopes are done. As this one kicked downfield to Jonathan Latch. Dover-Sherborn comes up with it. So the Lancers, barring almost what looks like a miracle considering how Ryan Blakely has played tonight as this one's thrown in. And the Lancers will control a Ranger into the box. Shot! Saved by McDonald. The way the Ryan Blakely has been playing tonight, it's going to take a near miracle for Dover-Sherborn to score 2 goals in little under 10 minutes. The Lancers taking this one downfield, looking for the cross, and it will be Dover-Sherborn goal kick. So barring a miracle, they're looking at some Memorial Day playoff, some Veterans Day playoff action on LSN. As the Lancers kick that one a few times, they give it up. Now the Blue Raiders will hear it with their backs facing the goaltender. And now the Lancers trying to come up with this one. They'll advance it on. Now flying down the sideline is Ian Pereira, the sophomore defender, looking across it. Here in the 71st minute, does to Jonathan Latch. The shot off the side of the net. Just to the left of the net. And it'll be a goal kick. Dover-Sherborn working fast as they need 2 goals. In the next 8 minutes, we're in the 72nd minute, 2-0 Lynch. On his head. Be kicked out, and the Lancers will come up, and it'll be the Dover-Sherborn Raiders who come up with it. This one will be kicked a few times. This one headed by Dover-Sherborn into their own zone. And just like I said, the Raiders scored off that throw, in which they definitely need to stay in this one. In the 76th minute, we got 5 minutes plus stoppage time for the Raiders to look for another goal and send this game into overtime. The last time these two teams played, the Lancers, was them who came out with a 2-1 victory in a game very similar to the night. They held a scoreless lead for most of the night, only to find the Raiders pulled in within one and late. And after that, Ryan Blakely did not allow a goal for 635 minutes. As it'll be the Lancers who control this one in their attacking zone. The winner of this will play Martha's Vineyard Wednesday night. And if the Lancers win, they'll be playing on LSN. Dagbor kicks this one in the Lancer zone near the center of the pitch. The Lancers control on the far side. They kick this one downfield. Latch on the move, trying to keep this one in. He does, and this one's kicked out. So this one kicked down and out. So it'll be a goal kick for Dover-Sherborn. This one kicked out of play. caught by one of the ball boys on the near side. Ian Pereira will throw this one in. They're just going to try to milk the clock in the 77th minute as the Lancers control this one on the near side. Here comes Capolini trying to advance in the box on the near side. It won't work. And Kahn moving up. On towards the net, saved by McDonald. A goal opportunity. Saved by Matthew McDonald, the senior goaltender. And it is slipping on the grass is number 12, William Herman. And if he didn't slip, it would have been a clear opportunity. Thrown down, no call by the ref, and now they'll call it. The Lancer fans on their feet for that call. It'll be Norton who will kick this one. Number 21, Danny Pereira, who has one of the two Lancer goals on the night, will kick this one. By the Lancers, and this one, Dover-Sherborn will come up with it. And it will be a Lancer thrown down in the backfield. But Dover-Sherborn will come up with it. And who will have the kick here in the 38th minute, coming up in the 39th in referee's time. That and stoppage time, and Dover-Sherborn only needs to come up with one goal as that one goes out. Ryan Blakely standing on his head tonight. Looking for the equal. This one will be taken away, and the Lancers trying to come up with it as the Dover-Sherborn advances into the attacking zone here in the 80th minute. Blakely kicks this one out. It's crunch time now as this one goes out, and it'll be a throw for Dover-Sherborn in their own zone. Even the goalie coming up, they're pushing up everyone, and it'll be a timeout first. Timeout Dover-Sherborn here in the 80th minute. The Lancers leading 2-1. You're listening to the Lancers Sports Network. Hello, folks. Welcome back. You are listening to the Lancers Sports Network's coverage of the MIAA High School Playoffs. Here we are in the 80th minute, and the Lancers leading by a score of 2-1. Dover-Sherborn looking for the equalizer. All 20,000 fans standing and screaming, hoping for a Lancer victory, except for the 5,000 obviously going for Dover-Sherborn. The Norton Lancer student section consisting of 3 times the student population at 21,000 all on their feet as well. And now to be Dover-Sherborn, who has it in their attacking zone. The Lancers trying to get a clear. The Lanch has it, kicks it out, and Ian Pereira coming up big, and the Lancers will throw it in here in stoppage time now. Trying to milk the clock as a flame throwdown, and it'll be a free kick for the Lancers. Number 4, Jared Kahn, throw to the ground, and the Lancers are all smiles now. This will be kicked by Pereira. Deep. Nails the ref. It would have been free. On towards the net. This one will be controlled. And it'll be a free kick for Dover-Sherborn here. Less than a minute remaining. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought up Matthew McDonald and brought everyone up. This one kicked in deep. Headed in now. Dover-Sherborn will have it in their attacking zone on the far side, right in front of their bench. In front of the net now, looking to force overtime above the net, and all of Norton's eyes a deep sigh of relief. The best opportunity to send this baby to OT. Goes over the net. Just misses the crossbar, maybe missed it by 6 inches. 6 inches lower, and we would have been we would have been going overtime. So Norton trying to advance this one up. Oh, 20,000 fans on their feet. The Lancers trying to advance this one up. Waiting for the ref's whistle to blow to end this one. This one almost over. In front in the box, Blakely in front, kicked out by Ferreira, saving disaster. Blakely was on the ground. This one kicked out, and the Lancers, I can't believe it, they might actually walk out of here with a 2-1 victory. Thanking the soccer gods as Ferreira heads this one out. The throw in now, it's number 8, Eric Linden, the sophomore. The Lancers trying to clear it. And they clear this one through the legs, Letch. Misses it. They're putting on a whole lot of stoppage time. This one, the shot misses wide right. Blakely allowed the goal kick. And if he can kick this one long enough, it might just run out the clock. We're in stoppage time. Not sure how much is left, though. Probably less than 30 seconds. This one kicked. That is it, and the Lancers are moving on to the state semifinals. They'll go on to face Martha's Vineyard Wednesday night on LSN. The Lancers walking out of here thanking the soccer gods as Dover-Sherborn had more than a few chances with their seasonal end at an 11-6-3. Not being able to beat the Lancers. The final totals, the Lancers with 34 shots, 16 of them on net. The Dover-Sherborn Raiders with 24 shots, 15 on net, and the lone goal by Jack Gardenier in the 73rd minute. The Lancers scoring 2 goals. Danny Pereira scored in the 22nd minute, and John Latch in the 69th. So I'm Javic Blake saying thanks for listening. We hope to see you Wednesday night as the Lancers take on Martha's Vineyard on the Lancers Sports Network. Once again, the final score, the Lancers 2, the Raiders 1.